Hello, this is Dr. Rajesh Yadav. I have done PhD from All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi, and specialization in the neuroscience from Harvard University. I am working as assistant professor and head in the Department of Dialysis Technology, School of Allied Health Science, Sharda University, Greater Noida. So what is synapse? Synapse is also called neuronal junction. This is the site of transmission of electric nerve impulse between the two nerves or between the neurons and gland or muscle cell. The word synapse was introduced in 1897 by the English neurophysiologist Charles Sherrington, and they have described about this in his book Textbook of Physiology. Synaptic connection between neurons and muscles is called neuromuscular junction. Santiago Ramon y Cajal proposed that neurons are not continuous throughout the body, yet still communicate with each other. An idea is known as neuron doctrine. The synapse is of two types. One is a chemical synapse and second is a electrical synapse. So first we will discuss about the chemical synapse. So what is the chemical synapse? The synapse is the process between the connection of the two neurons or nerve impulse move from one neuron to the another neuron through the synapse. So in the chemical synapse, there is a presynaptic membrane and postsynaptic membrane, and in between the membrane there is a gap that is called synaptic cleft. So in the chemical synapse, synaptic cleft is present. So it is important property about the synaptic cleft, which diameter is 0.02 micron wide. And through this synaptic cleft, the neural impulse travels in the form of neurotransmitter. So we will discuss about the chemical synapse in detail. So first of all, the sensation is received by the dendrites, and through the dendrites it reaches to the synaptic terminal. So in the synaptic terminal, when the action potential reached, the calcium channel which is present in the presynaptic membrane is open and calcium enter into the synaptic terminal. In the second step, the calcium fuses with the synaptic vesicles and these vesicles fuse to the presynaptic membrane. As a result, neurotransmitter release in the synaptic cleft. The neurotransmitter diffuse through the synaptic cleft and reaches to the postsynaptic membrane, where the postsynaptic membrane the receptor is present and this neurotransmitter is received by the receptor present on the postsynaptic membrane. After reaching on the postsynaptic membrane, opening and closing of the channel which are present on the postsynaptic membrane. So opening and closing of the channel cause change in the postsynaptic membrane potential. As a result, action potential propagate through the next cell. So if neurotransmitter has remained in the synaptic cleft, it can be destroyed by the cholinesterase enzyme. Suppose if the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine, so it is destroyed by the some enzymes that is called cholinesterase enzyme, and remaining neurotransmitter go back into the reverse direction in the neurons uh, by reverse cycling process. So the last step is a neurotransmitter is either inactivate or transport back into the presynaptic terminal. So in this way, the neuron propagate from one neuron to the another neurons by in the form of chemicals. So it is called synapse process or chemical synapse. So chemical synapse can be classified according to the neurotransmitter released. If the neurotransmitter is glutamate, so chemical synapse is called glutamatergic. If the neurotransmitter is GABA, then chemical synapse is called GABAergic. If neurotransmitter acetylcholine, then synapse is called cholinergic synapse. If it is norepinephrine or adrenaline, then it is called adrenergic synapse. Now come to the topic postsynaptic potential. Postsynaptic potential is graded potential, that is, its degree of hyperpolarization or depolarization vary according to the activation of ion channel. The ability to integrate multiple postsynaptic potential and multiple synapses is an important property of neuron, and it is called summation. Summation is of two types. One is a spatial summation and second is a temporal summation. In spatial summation, signals are received from many synapses at once, or in temporal summation, in which successive signals are received from the same synapse. So the spatial and temporal summation can occur simultaneously. So these are the neuronal connection where the one neurons is connected through the different type of the neurons. Second is electrical synapses. In the electrical synapses, presynaptic and postsynaptic cell membrane are connected by a special channel called gap junction. Because in the electrical synapses, synaptic cleft is absent. So in place of synaptic cleft, the gap junction is present. The main advantages of the electrical synapses is the rapid transfer of the signal from one cell to the next neuron. Because in the chemical synapse, more time is required because the neurotransmitter release through the synaptic cleft in the diffusion form, and it is received by the postsynaptic membrane, then signal goes into the another neuron. While in the electrical synapses there is no synaptic cleft, as a result the neuronal impulse move fast from one neuron to the another neuron. So through the gap junction is present in the electrical synapses. So we'll discuss about the gap junction. So gap junction are capable of passing an electric current causing voltage change in the presynaptic cell to induce voltage change in the postsynaptic cells. So this is the structure of the gap junction. Gap junction is made up of connexons, and these connexons are also made up of connexin monomer. So it is widely accepted that synapses play a role in the formation of memory. So this is the significance of the synapses process. So we have already discussed about the chemical synapse, and in many animals, electrical synapse based system coexist with chemical synapse. Electrical synapses are often found in a neuronal system that require the fastest possible response, such as defensive reflexes. An important characteristic of electrical synapses is that they are mostly bidirectional, because this is the difference between the chemical and electrical synapses. In the chemical synapses is only forward direction. That means nerve impulse only move in the forward direction. But in the electrical synapses, nerve impulse can move in the both direction. Thank you.